start. Learned counsel for the petitioner strenuously urged that mere filing of the suit and withdrawal of the same does not disentitle the petitioner to claim relief by way of writ petition under Article 226 of the Constitution of India. Petitioner had filed suit on the basis of apprehended injury, and when the threat has become real, he had applied for withdrawal of suit with liberty to take other legal proceedings. His fundamental rights are at stake, and therefore this writ petition should be entertained by this court. He argued that withdrawal of the suit on the basis of application in which there was specific prayer for permission to avail remedy in other legal proceedings would mean that the court had implicitly granted permission to avail any other remedy, including the remedy by way of writ petition under Article 226 of the Constitution of India. He also argued that when there is a case of threatened injury, the writ petition can be entertained even before the actual injury is inflicted on the petitioner. Para. It is true that the petitioner applied for withdrawal of the suit, and according to him, in the application he had stated that he may be permitted to withdraw the suit with liberty to file fresh legal proceedings before the competent court, and it is also true that this application of the petitioner was allowed by the learned Munsif and Judicial Magistrate number 2, Jaipur City, Jaipur. However, the fact remains that the petitioner had chosen to avail remedy before the competent civil court with full consciousness and knowledge of his rights. He had thought that the remedy of civil suit for declaration and injunction is an effective remedy available to him for redressal of his alleged grievance. In fact, he got the advantage of the injunction order passed by the learned civil court for more than 1 year and 2 months. No extraordinary development has taken place which warranted the petitioner to rush to this court, in spite of the fact that the injunction order passed by the civil court in his favor was still operative. A litigant has a right to choose the form for redressal of his grievance, but it is certainly not his sweet will and fancy to choose a particular form for redressal of his grievance, take benefit of the order passed by that particular form, and then give up that remedy in the midst at his will and invoke extraordinary jurisdiction of the High Court. It is not the case of the petitioner that the civil court is not competent to give relief to an aggrieved party in a case like the one filed by the petitioner. In fact, any such a argument will be wholly untenable. The civil court is fully competent to give appropriate relief to any aggrieved person if any injury is caused to his civil rights. Of course, in granting relief to any party, the court will act in accordance with the statutory provisions and the settled principles of law. It is not open to a litigant to first invoke jurisdiction of a civil court, apply for grant of temporary injunction before the civil court, and then invoke extraordinary jurisdiction of the High Court merely because at subsequent point of time he feels that he may not relieve from the civil court full stop.